everybody, my name's Kim and I'm a fitness coach at Adirondack Health Medical Fitness Center. Today we're going to go through a 20-minute body weight class. It was a similar class to what I did on Mother's Day and it was a big hit, so I figured I'd bring it back and I'd film it for you all. Alright, so we'll move into our warm-up now. So we're going to come into a deadlift. So I want you to think about hinging your hips back behind you to start. And then from here, we're going to bend our knees, come down into a squat, and then we stand up. So it's stick those hips back, hinge forward, pause, come down into a squat, and then we're up. Good, let's do one more of these. Perfect. All right, bringing our feet back together, we're gonna continue to warm up our hips. So we're gonna plant our left foot, take our right knee up into the center, and then we're gonna swing it out wide and down. Perfect, so we'll do a couple of these. All right, now let's switch directions. So take that right foot out wide. Now we're picking it up and over and back to the center. Last one. Good, over to the left. Plant that right foot, pull the left knee up, swinging it out wide and down. Imagine like you're trying to climb up and over something. Nice big circles, exaggerate that movement. Good, and switch directions, left foot out wide, up and over, back to the center. Good, plant that left foot. Now we're gonna take it into our upper body. Let's do some nice big arm circles forward. Good, nice big arm circles backwards. Open up the chest and shoulders. Good, drop the arms down, shake it out. Now we'll take it into just our shoulders. So we're gonna do a shoulder shrug up towards our ears, and then we're rolling it down and back. Good, last one. All right, last one in our warm-up is gonna be a knee hug. So planting our left foot, we're gonna take our hands underneath our right thigh, or just below our right knee. We're gonna pull that knee up towards our chest. Pause for a second, drop it down, and switch sides. So while we're doing these, I'll give you a little clue as to what's in our warm-up, or our workout for today. So we have two shorter series, two shorter circuits, and we're gonna be repeating them 3 times. So we're gonna be working for 30 seconds, but we're not gonna have much break in between. So we're really gonna be moving. We're gonna be doing things quick today. Then we'll do a little pyramid of inchworms and push-ups, and then we'll end with some core exercises. All right, so this is the last one on each side. All right, good, drop the feet down. I'll demonstrate what our first little circuit is. So first one, we're gonna come down into a squat, and then as we come up out of that squat, we're gonna take it up into an alternating knee and elbow touch, come down into a squat, other side 30 seconds, and then we're gonna drop it down quickly into a plank, so into a high plank, or you can be up on your knees. I usually recommend starting on your knees first, because we're gonna be rotating, and then we're gonna open that arm up into a T. We'll take the hand down, and then we'll move over to the other side. All right, so we're moving into that squat with a high knee twist. We start round 1 in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, hips come back, squat. Pull that knee up, engage your core. Get that opposite arm and elbow, your opposite elbow and knee to touch. Good, we're halfway, and then we're down in that plank. Three, 2, 1. Good, right into that plank, drop it down. Let's start on our knees, hands underneath the shoulders. We're rotating. Open that arm up towards the ceiling. Take the hand back down, and then we rotate over to the other side. Good, less than 10 seconds, we're back into our squat. We're up in 5, 3, 2, 1. Good, pop back up. Get right into your squat when you're up. Pull the knee and elbow together. All right, we're back to our plank in 10 seconds. Keep it up. We're dropping down in 3, 2, and 1. Good, back to the plank. If you want, you can try that high plank this time. We're rotating. You can stack the feet or place one in front of each other. Stacking the feet is probably the hardest version of this one. Good, we're up in 5, 3, 2, 1. Good, popping back up. Last minute of work time, then we'll grab a water. Squat, knee to elbow. Squat, other side. Halfway. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Back down to the plank. And we rotate into a T, either up on your feet or down on your knees. Either one is fine. Fifteen seconds. Less than 10. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop the knees. Grab a quick water if you need it. And I'll explain what our next 3 exercises are. All right. So, our first one is a version of a lunge. It's called a curtsy lunge. So we're going to start with our feet hip to shoulder width. One knee, one foot's going to step back behind us. Bend at both knees. So our knees should be lined up when we're in this bent position. Both feet come together, then we move over to the other side, curtsy lunge. Exercise 2 and 3 are the same. It's a single leg reach forward, single leg hip hinge, single leg deadlift. So we're gonna start up on our right foot. We're gonna stick our hips back behind us. And you can either reach the arms up overhead, it'll be a little bit harder, or you can take your hands to your hip and then stand up. 30 seconds, then we move and do 30 seconds on the other side, 3 times through. All right, you ready? Starting with that curtsy lunge, round 1. We go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Foot steps back behind. Find that knee alignment. Then come up, move over towards the other side. If this feels like it's too much on your knees, a good modification for this one would just be to come into a reverse lunge and switch sides between that reverse lunge. All right, we got 10 seconds and then we move into our deadlifts. Three, 2, and 1. Good, let's start with that right foot planted. Left foot's gonna step back behind us, extend back behind us, and then we'll come up. So your hands can be wherever they need to be for your balance. Like I said, the harder version would be to have your hands up straight up overhead in front of you. We're switching sides in 10 seconds. Keep your balance. All right, we switch in 5, 3, 2, 1. Move over to the left. Right leg extends back behind us. Keeping just a little bit of a bend in that knee as you hinge forward. So this is a hip dominant exercise. It's not mostly. 15 seconds. Then we're right back into our curtsy lunge. All right, curtsy lunge in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, switching between the sides. Or if you want to take that modification, you're doing a reverse lunge right now. Good, we're almost there. 10 seconds before we're back in our single leg deadlifts. 3, 2, 1, right into it. Plant that right foot. Left foot extends back behind. Think about trying to get your upper body parallel to the floor and keeping your shoulders nice and square as you come down. Again, I'll throw out another modification for this one. You can always keep that left toe planted and still focus on sticking your hips back behind you. Doesn't necessarily have to be up off the floor. All right, we switch over to our left in 3, 2, 1, moving right into it. Good. Keep it up. Less than 10, then we have one more round of these 3 exercises. Back to our lunges in 2 and 1. Here we go. Curtsy lunge, reverse lunge. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Plant that right foot. Find your balance. Left extends back. This time, if we want to make it a little bit harder, we're going to pull that left leg up into a high knee drive. Try not to touch down, and then re-extend back. So pull up into a high knee, maintain your balance, then we extend. We're switching to the left in 3, 2, 1. Plant the left. Right leg extends back behind, and then we pull up into a high knee. I don't know about anyone else, but my balance is sure of a lot better on this side than it was on the other. Good, we have less than 10 seconds. Then we'll grab another quick water. 3, 2, 1. Good, grab some more water if you need it. Our next one up isn't really a little series. It's that pyramid thing that I told you guys about earlier. So what it is we're gonna walk out into an inchworm, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. Then we're gonna do 1 push-up at the bottom. Then we'll walk our hands back, okay? Then we're doing that 2 more times. So we're gonna go back into that inchworm. Now we're doing 2 push-ups at the bottom. Walk your hands back, stand up. Last one, inchworm out, 3 push-ups, walk your hands back. So it's a total of 6 push-ups. So all an inchworm is we're starting at the edge of our mat, or make sure there's enough room around you, because we're gonna be sticking our hips back behind us, dropping our hands down to the floor. Then we're gonna walk our hands out, 2 or 3 hand steps into a plank. We'll do a push-up here, and then we'll walk our hands back. All right, so go through these at your own rate. Inchworm 1, push-up, inchworm 2, inchworm 3, and then we'll move on to do some core exercises, okay? Here we go, time starts now. Walk your hands out into a high plank. Push up from your toes or from your knees. Walk your hands back. That's 1. And then we're back down, hands out, hold that plank, engage your core. 2 push-ups this time. Walk your hands back. Good, then our last one, inchworm out. 3 push-ups at the bottom. Here we go. Good. All right, so just a fun little thing to throw in there before we move down to the mat. And we'll end with just a couple more core exercises. All right, so series of 4 exercises. We're only gonna go through them once. Each one we're working 30 to 40 seconds. So, and I'll go through them with you. I won't tell you what's coming up this time. So we're gonna be on our back for the first one, and it's just gonna be a version of a crunch. So we're on our back, knees are gonna be stacked over our hips, hands come behind our head, and we just wanna try to get our shoulder blades up off the ground into that crunch, and then we bring the shoulder blades back down. All right, 30 seconds of this one. We go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Shoulder blades up, and then bring it back down. Try to keep your head nice and relaxed. I feel like sometimes with this one we have a tendency to want to crank our neck up first. And I find just having our hands back there, at least for me, helps me to remember, Kim, relax your head. You don't need to lead with your head first. We want to be leading with our core. All right, crunches are done in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Next one up is just a version of a bridge. So feet are going to be hip to shoulder width. We're going to tuck our hips underneath, so there's no space between your lower back and the mat. We're gonna lift our hips up nice and high. Then we're gonna extend one leg, place it down, extend the other, place it down, and then we're gonna lower back down, making sure to keep and maintain that hip tuck that we start off in. All right, another 30-second one. Bridges in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bridge up, extend that leg so your thighs are parallel next to each other. Drop the foot down, other side. Good, then we drop the hips, reset your hip tuck if you need to, and then lift up. Three, 2, 1. Good. We have dead bugs up next. So dead bugs, we're on our back. Same thing, keeping that little bit of a hip tuck. Knees are going to be stacked over our hips, and we're extending our arms straight up towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to extend opposite arm and leg down towards the floor. Hold to a count of 2 or 3. Then we come back up and we do the same thing on the other side. So this is a 40-second exercise. We start our dead bugs in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Extending opposite arm and leg. Then we come back to center and switch. If you want to make it a little bit easier, if it feels like it's too much, you can just take your heel down to the floor as you extend the arm instead of fully extending the leg. Good, make sure to keep that back pulled down to the mat. We don't want any little bit of an arc. You should be feeling it right in our core. All right, done with dead bugs in 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we're gonna end our little core series with a plank. So we're just gonna do a forearm plank. So everyone come up onto their toes, onto their forearms. 30 seconds, that's all I'm asking for. We have a forearm plank in 3, 2, 1. We're up. So think about creating a nice flat back. Push through your elbows, push the floor away, and hips should be parallel to the ground. No hip hiking, no hip drops, parallel. Good, we already have less than 10 seconds, we're almost there. 2, 1, good, drop the knees down. Nice job, everybody. Good work. All right, we're gonna take it into just a little bit of a stretch to wrap up class. So we're gonna start by sitting on our mat. We're gonna take the bottom of our feet together, sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones. We're just gonna try to let those knees drop down towards the ground. And then from here, we're just gonna slide our feet out a little bit farther in front of us, still sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna take our hands to the outside of our feet, and using our hands, we're gonna pull our chest down towards our heels and towards our shins. back up. Our next one, we're gonna move into a hip flexor stretch. So we're gonna come onto our knees. We're gonna take our right foot out in front of us. And I want you to think about driving that right knee forward towards the opposite side of the room. And we're gonna let that left leg, left hip open up and extend back behind us. So we should be feeling a pretty good stretch through the front of our left hips. And this is a great stretch if we're finding that we're doing a lot more sitting, like I'm sure we all are during this lockdown. Or if we're riding our bike more, if we find ourselves in a car a lot. This hip flexor muscle tends to become shortened with all those activities. Good, let's shift our weight back behind us. Take that right knee down. Left leg up in front, same thing other side. Drive the left knee forward. Switching the stretch over into our right hip. Good, shifting our weight back. Let's make our way to standing. Couple more stretches. Next one up, we're gonna take our feet out wide, and like we've done in a couple of our exercises today, our hip hinge, we're gonna stick our hips back behind us and let our hands fall down to the mat. We're gonna pause here for a second, and then we're gonna round our back and roll up one vertebrae at a time, so nice and slow. And we're gonna end with pulling our shoulders back behind us and down. So we're gonna do this one 2 more times. So hips come back, arms come down to the floor. Pause for a second here. Round the back and roll up nice and slow. Finish with those shoulders. Last time, hips come back, hands to the floor. And we round the back, roll up nice and slow. And with the shoulders, good. Last stretch we'll do on each side. We're gonna take our right arm straight in front of us, and then we're gonna hook our left arm up and underneath. We're gonna pull that straight right arm in towards our body and towards our chest. We'll pause here, take some nice deep breaths. Good, release, shake it out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left arm across, right hooks up and underneath. Pull that left arm in nice and close. Good, release. Give it another shake out. Great job today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in for my body weight class. Hope you have a great rest of your day.